I also think a telling thing about that person's life are their own final words. The last thing that they did before they died. The last thing that they said before they died. I may have used this before, but I think about Edgar Allan Poe, for example. An unusual man, wouldn't you say? The last words that anyone heard Edgar Allan Poe say were, as he was crying through the streets, "Lord, help my poor soul. Lord, help my poor soul." What a way to live. What a way to die. Vincent van Gogh, also a very unusual man, known for his beautiful paintings, were actually not really popularized until after his death. Vincent van Gogh lived in Great Depression, and he said this sadness will last forever. And if he walked into a Christless eternity, then he was right. That's right. Aleister Crowley is a weird man. Aleister Crowley gave his life to the occult and to the development of his religion called Thelema, and worshipped and served Satan the vast majority of his life. Although he grew up in a Christian home and went to Trinity College at the University of Cambridge, he rejected God and lived for the devil outright. And when he died, his last words were, "I am perplexed, Satan, get out." When he was greeted into eternity, everything that he lived for, he realized was a lie. Church of Satan founder Anton LaVey's final words were, "What have I done? There is something very wrong." He realized everything that he lived for was a lie. Actor James Dean said, "My fun days are over." Perhaps they were. Bob Marley said this, "Money can't buy love," was his final words on his deathbed. But Mozart, when he died, had lived a life as a party boy, as a child prodigy, and he said this, "The taste of death is upon my lips, and I feel something that is not of this earth." You know, it reminds us that there is a life that's coming. These men say these things at the conclusion of their lives, but think about the words of these Christians, these individuals who gave their lives for the Lord. Catherine Booth, who was the co-founder of the Salvation Army, the wife of General William Booth, said this, "The waters are rising, but so am I. I'm not going under, but I'm going over. Don't be concerned about dying. Go on living well, and dying will be all right," she said. Lady Glenorchy, who was a missionary of Scotland, said this, "If this is dying, it's the pleasantest thing imaginable." Charles Wesley, the great revivalist and co-founder of the Wesleyan Methodist movement, said this, "I shall be satisfied with thy likeness." Satisfied. Richard Baxter, English theologian and martyr of the faith, said, "I have pain, but I have peace, sweet peace." William Wilberforce said, "My affections are so much in heaven that I cannot leave you all without regret. Yet I do not love you less, but I love God more." John Nelson Darby said, "Beyond the grave comes heaven. Well, it will be strange to find myself in heaven, but it won't be a strange Christ. He's the one that I've known all these years. I have a deep peace, which you know." When we think about those who live their lives for the devil, for the world's pleasures, live their lives for themselves, and they come down to the end of their life and realize just what an empty lie it was to live for the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, compared to those who gave up their lives. And in losing it, they found it, and they found it all in Him. I wonder, which of the two would you choose?